It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Brewdog. I've not reviewed a beer from Brewdog since Candy Kittens, at least 2 months ago. From the same supermarket, incidentally. That beer was from Sainsbury's. This beer is from Sainsbury's. This is Brewdog's Rattle Rum, a rum and oak chip stout at 7.4% ABV in a 440 milliliter can. I like the can design. It looks a little bit, well, it looks like it's been typed out on a typewriter or a computer, doesn't it? A limited and exclusive small batch release in Sainsbury's all over the UK. If this is popular, I'm pretty sure that this will be on the supermarket shelves in Sainsbury's for a long time to come. I have had a rum and raisin stout from Brewdog in the past, and I described that beer as one of the best stouts that Brewdog have ever brewed. So let's hope then that this, fingers crossed, is something similar. Dropping this beer from a height, I want to create a lovely rich head on this beer. I think that it's fully deserved, isn't it? It's fully deserved to pour the beer properly. To drop it from a height, to give it that nice, rich, creamy, two-finger tan coloured head. It's a jet black beer in the glass. Good levels of carbonation. It looks so far terrific. It looks really, really lovely. Sainsbury's seem to have a contract with Brewdog where they have their own Brewdog stand. Their beers are proudly, like, it's as if they got their own, like, Brewdog signs there and their own shelving, and it's pretty cool if you ask me, because you haven't got to go searching. When I went into Sainsbury's looking for this beer, I just went to the Brewdog stand and I was like, there it is, bang, in the trolley, let's go. It was £3.50 a can. It's jet black in the glass. There's no light bleeding through this beer whatsoever. It looks good. It looks good. I like the look of it. I like the head retention. I like the fact that the beer has great head retention. Let's get the aroma. Oh, it's got a really interesting aroma. Blimey, it has. Wow. It's got a combination of vanilla and chocolate ice cream, but with some rum sauce or something poured over the top. You know, Christmas time, where you might buy yourself for Christmas dinner, after Christmas dinner, you might get yourself a really posh dessert from a shop or a supermarket, and it has that sort of tiramisu, chocolatey, vanilla-y. As you pull it out the box, you can smell it. You can smell the luxury of this product you've just bought. Well, this is giving me the same thing. This is giving me that same slightly tiramisu, chocolate mousse, slight coffee, rum chips. Cherry, a little bit of cherry. I like it. I really, really like the aroma of this one. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. admittedly, it's not as good as the rum and raisin stout that I reviewed from Brewdog a few years ago. That was so thick and creamy and rich. It was insane. It was fantastic. But equally, this isn't that beer. This is a different beer. There's something that's putting a smile on my face with this one. There's something... It's got a nice mouthfeel. It's not overly thick and rich and creamy. There's tons of vanilla. Now, I struggle. One of my downsides to being a beer reviewer is that I very rarely am able to pick out vanilla in a beer. But there's so much vanilla and raisin and tiramisu flavours in this beer that you cannot help to... It's impossible to miss the vanilla flavours in this beer. They've called it a stout. Rum and oak chip stout. They've called it a stout. Right. In terms of stout, a stout at 7.4% ABV, I would want to be picking up quite a bit of chocolate, coffee, caramel from the roasted malt. In terms of roasted malt, I think it's very low. This is leaning towards decadent dessert stout that I'm loving. I am loving this beer. It's really good. But in terms of the roastiness, the toastiness, more of a traditional stout. I don't know, maybe there's some trickery going on. Maybe I'm not into accusations, you know. I'm not about to stand here and say, oh, they've dyed their beer black. I can't do that, can I? But there's temptations to. There's temptations to look at it and go, but they can't do that because of that rich kind of lovely tan coloured head. That has to come from roasted malt. It has to. Surely it has to. So as I'm tasting the beer now, after maybe a minute of tasting it the last time around, I am picking up a little bit of bitterness. I am picking up a little bit of roasted malt. But maybe because they've used so much vanilla, so much of vanilla and the coconutty tiramisu, it's quite crazy really. Coffee flavours. I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. I really am. If you're looking for a traditional stout, then this isn't it. It really isn't a traditional stout. It's pushing imperial stout at 7.4% ABV. If you're used to those kind of like the Oscar Blues 1050, your 9% imperial stouts with loads of bitterness coming through, you're not going to get it. You're not going to get it here. If you're a fan of these flavoured stouts with rum and raisin, tiramisu and vanilla and a little bit of sweet coffee, sweet chocolate, then this will be for you. You will really enjoy this. And for £3.50 a can, I think they've done a really good job in getting this right, in getting a pretty decent beer for that 7.4% ABV for that £3.50 price point. It's not a lot of money these days for a beer, certainly at 7.4% ABV. You get the rum, you get the oak chips. Where I am at the moment, you're either going to love a Brewdog beer or you're going to absolutely hate it. I hated the Tony's Chocolatier, whatever that beer was. I hated that. Hated it. I hated the Candy Kittens. I thought it was terrible. Terrible example of beer. But equally, I liked that weird, not many people liked it, but I liked it. That weird, it was brought out about a year or two ago. It had a purple and yellow front on the can. Purple and yellow. Oh, what was it called? I can't remember now. Anyway, and I like this. In fact, I love this. I really like it. I really do. They really are a love or hate brewery. Sometimes you can love their products. Sometimes you can hate their products. I like this one. I like this one. I think it's really quite good. I'm going to rate it. Looks good. Great head retention. Smells good. Tastes decadent and lovely. I'm going to rate it. And I'm going to give it, quite crazily for me, a Stone the Crows 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers!